goodness. Thank you for being with us this morning. Miss Melissa Vaughn, we appreciate you so much. Miss Perla Banal, thank you so much. I think she's in the operating room. Mr. Kathy, Miss Cassie, thank you. Cassie, excuse me. Kathy, wow. We'd also like to thank Mr. Dill Ransom up in Nashville, Tennessee. Ms. Konohara over in Japan. Thank you so much. Wow, 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 wow. Frank and Patricia Bowman up in Elk Grove, California. We also got like Miss Joyce Brewer. Good morning, dear. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You don't have my red lipstick on. Okay, I got you. Regional Director, Mr. Julian Lewis with the biggest organization in the San Diego area. Good morning. Mr. Carter in Southern California as well as San Diego. Sir, good morning. Mr. Payon out in Japan. Thank you so much, sir. Miss Marcia Carter is joined by her brother, Regional Director, Mr. Marvin Carter. Thank you. Good morning. Miss Caroline Baker, part of the Bakery Organization. Miss Pat Robinson out of Oakland, California. Mr. Winston Herbert, thank you so much, sir. Kathy, thank you so much. Ms. Firmland, thank you so much. And Ms. Zoe Duffy, part of the Bakery Organization, thank you so much. Ms. Robinson, part of the Bakery Organization, thank you so much. Mr. Edmund Smith, it's good seeing you, young man. Regional Director, Ms. Natasha Ismail on the deck. Good morning, Regional Director. Matter of fact, her calls tonight. Don't forget, 6 o'clock, she's got a call tonight, 1 through 10. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Mr. David Wright, good morning. Miss Christina, good morning. Celia up in Woodland, California. Love Woodland. Beautiful area up there. Thank you. Mr. Regional Director out of Las Vegas, Nevada, Mr. Brian Baker in the house. Mr. Bill Howard, thank you so much. Miss Belinda Batiste, thank you so much. Mr. Krista McDowell, good morning, sir. Queen V out in New York. My dear friend Sam Foster in Dallas, Texas. Thank you, sir. Your group is growing. Group is growing. Keep it going, sir. Regional Director from Fresno, California, Ms. Rose Guerrero King and Mr. Chris King, Regional Directors, doing a fabulous job out there. And also on our Sunday night training call on product. Mr. Daniel, good morning, Mr. Daniel. Mr. Tim up there in Minnesota. Thank you, sir. You're amazing. And our school teacher over in Nashville, Tennessee, Ms. Dominique Young. Wow. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to every one of you. Thank you so much for joining the call today. Oh, I got to put my little pen on because I forgot. I meant to put it on earlier. My little Ronald McDonald pen. Now, today we got a great call lined up. I wanted my Ronald McDonald pen because I knew that would get our guest speaker to smile once you see me clip on that Ronald McDonald pen. Because she does so much. She gives so much to so many people, not only in Fresno, but she always had. I'm going to let her tell the story. This young lady hails from Fresno, California. Her husband's back went out, and she was doing ACN, but somehow, somewhere, she stood up and said, you know what? I'm going to help my husband. I'm going to help try him. I'm going to help because he can't keep going at this pace. And then about 4 years ago at an international convention, she stood up and said, by God, I'm going to get my points on. I'm going to do it. And when she stood up, it brought something out of me. And next thing you know, we all shot for 100 points. And because of her, and we saw the Kings go across stage, she stood up and said, I make a commitment. And when she did that, I made a commitment. And like several of us made a commitment. And about 6 of us walked the stage at the next international because of what got in this young lady. And she's a great leader. She just tells it like it is. She's really down to earth. Without further ado, from the Fresno area of California, Miss Evelyn Phipps. Good morning, Regional Director. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's give her a hand, everybody. Let's give her a hand.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
much, Mr. Thomas, for that amazing introduction. You know, I owe this all to you for your amazing leadership. You pour into us every day. You're like one of the only SVPs that do that. I'm not trying to take anything away from any of the others, but you bring Miss Jocelyn Driscoll mornings. That's why he pours into us, you guys. We get Julian Lewis, we get Dean Torelli, we get the amazing Mr. Brian Nelson. I mean, those are some of the top leaders. I mean, seriously, and if you don't plug in, you don't know what you're missing. You really don't. So I want to thank you so much for even including me and allowing me to come in and talk, because I am nowhere near them, but I'm getting there and I'm working towards that, okay? So like Mr.
And
Thomas
not only that,
said,
you're very coachable.
I am
you're
now.
Very coachable. not everybody's coachable. You're very coachable.
That's true. That's true. You guys, I'm going to talk a little bit about our why and my journey with ACN, okay? Because I don't know all of you, and every time I plug in, I notice that there's a lot of new people out there, and that's awesome. That's amazing. That means it's working. Even though we've got this pandemic going on, I know it was uneasy for a lot of people because I felt the same way. I was like, okay, how is this going to work? You know, because we were all going through momentum and stuff. But honestly, you guys, this is the best thing. Like Mr. Thomas says, this is the best thing that's happened to us because everybody can do this from home. People are uncertain about their jobs and things, so they can do this. So let me get started. When you get started, you guys, it is really, really important to have a good, strong why. And I know Mrs. Jocelyn Driscoll has talked about this a lot. And let me explain. If you don't have a good why, you're not going to get very far because it is your why that keeps you going. It is your why that makes you get up early, do the extra things that some people don't do. It is your why that gives you the courage to call people or text them, whatever it is that, you know, however you get a hold of them, to go out in public and talk to people. Now, I know a lot of people can't do that right now, but we can go to Walmart. We can go to, you know, Sam's, Costco, a few grocery stores. I'm here to tell you, I'm talking to somebody daily, because I run into people, even when I'm walking my dogs. Now, the people in the Fresno community, Fresno, California, they know I walk my dogs every morning. The gyms are closed, so that's my form of some type of exercise, you know, and theirs, you know. So I run into people all the time. But let me tell you, if your why is not strong, you won't get very far. I know that because I had to have a strong why. I had to have a really, really strong why. When I got started, like Mr. Thomas said, the reason I got started was my husband doing he works a construction business. And he's like more business-like, but he still goes out and gets in the trenches. Now, he didn't start there. He started from the bottom up. So he was in the trenches. But wear and tear of his body, you know, as you get older, it just gave out. And he had to have 2 back surgeries. When that happened, I was working for corporate America. When that happened, I knew I had to step it up because he had to have 2 surgeries. He was not going to be able to work, and he was the bread maker. I made good money. I was a supervisor for a big insurance company. I made decent money because I worked at home. I had an office set up, which he built, and it was awesome because I was able to take care of the kids, take them to school and all that. This happened. I said, you know what? I don't want to tap into our savings. I don't want to do that. I don't want to ask people for help because my income was our income for pleasure. But now it turned a whole different ball game, you guys. So a girlfriend of mine showed me this business and she said, you can do it because you're at home already. You can do this. So you know what, you guys? Very part-time. I only did this on Sunday to begin with. I told the Guerreros, the 2 twins, I can give you 100% on Sunday after church. And they said, okay, we'll take it. And that's what we did. We did a lot of running. We did a lot of work on Sundays. We did the PBRs on Sundays. Some nights, you know, during the week, but mostly Sunday because I was working 6 days a week trying to keep afloat for my family, you know. In 2.5 years, just doing that, I was able to walk away from my job. So is it doable? It absolutely is. Because you got to realize I was a supervisor for a big Aetna insurance company. I was making some decent money and then I was working at home. And for me to be able to walk away from that when I wasn't even near retirement, you know, but my husband said, hey, if you want to walk away, I see the difference in you. When you have to do your job, you are angry. You're yelling in that office and doing all this crazy stuff in your office because he built that office, even though the door was shut. But when you do your ACN, you come home happy. You're smiling. You're at peace. I'm here to tell you guys that is the truth. I am at peace with ACN because it's not just the people you meet, it's the growth within you. So let me tell you, as you go through, and those of you that are brand new or just starting, have a strong why. If talk to your leader and run it by them. If they don't think it's strong enough, go on. Right now is a perfect time. Everybody should have the uncertainty. What's going to happen when it, are some people going to have a job when they go back? Are their hours going to be cut? Because it will happen, you guys. It can happen. Back when we were still, before this pandemic, my biggest thing of how I got people is people were working 2 and 3 jobs. 2 and 3 jobs. I cut that down to 1 job and doing ACN. And you can do that too. Just follow the system. Follow the system and be coachable, like Mr. Thomas said. You have to be coachable. It might be uncomfortable for some of us to do some of the things that we ask you, like ask for the favor. It was very uncomfortable for me. I know that because I was the person that did the favors. And for me to turn around and ask for the favor, I just kept saying, okay, but I didn't. I went a whole year before I asked for the favor. A whole year, you guys. And I just kept hearing all the time. I would go to leaderships and different things in Sacramento and LA, all over. I heard the different leaders telling me in Monterey, you have to ask for the favor. Favor, help, try. Favor, help, try. I finally said, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. And honestly, you guys, I text like 5 people. I said, and boom, what do you need? What do you need? How can I help? Blah, blah, blah. It works. It really works. If you follow the system and say it the way they tell you to, it will work. You can text them, you can call them, you can do whatever you want, but follow what we tell you to say. Because some of us will say too much and we'll blow it. And I know I used to do that in the beginning. I used to do that. So I'm telling you, follow the system. Follow how they say to do it. Okay, so as you're going through, and like I said, your why has to keep you going, because some of us get lazy. Some of us, oh no, I don't, No, it has to keep you going. Let me tell you, once I hit my why and I was able to start bringing in some money, once I was able to start bringing in a lot of money to help my husband and help us financially, my why changed. Yeah, my daughter just said, Mom, now that we're better off, can I go to school in San Diego? I go, what? She goes, I want to go to college in San Diego. And I thought, oh my God, my husband goes, hey, I don't know, it's up to you. What do you think? And I said, you know what? She can go. I have ACN. I'll pay for it. You guys, we're not where we get, we're in that category of the middle class. So we're not way up there, we're not way low, but we're in the middle class where we really can't have, get financial, stuff like that. And I didn't want her to have a huge debt. So I helped her. I paid her rent every month with my ACN check. And she was able to get like roommates and things like that. So I was able to help her. So my why changed because I helped my husband. Now I helped her. And now it's changed again because guess what? She's back. She's graduated. She's back home. She's doing her business, what she graduated for. And so now my why changed again. And my husband, bless his heart, he's going to be coming home this year. He said, this is it. This is my last year for sure. I'm not working anymore. And I said, good, because it's a toll on him. So my why is to build up my residual more so that I can be financially free. And you know what, you guys, I'm very close to that. And I'm pretty sure by the time he's ready to quit in December, we are going to be financial free. I mean, we may have our essential services that we have to pay that always come monthly, but I got my ACN that'll pay for that. So it can happen, you guys. Now, did this happen overnight? No, especially with me, because I'm old school. I'm very old school. I don't know, I'm not techie at all. And you can ask as many people as you want. I was one of those that had a flip phone forever, a tiny flip phone forever. I did not want to get an iPhone. And all my young students that were in college that were under me said, Evelyn, you have to get a flip phone. My God, you have to. You can do so much stuff in it. And this and that, you've got to move with the times. So guess what? I got my flip phone. I got an iPad. I did all that they, the younger generation was telling me to do. And they're the ones that are teaching me all this stuff because I don't know. I don't even care to know it. I was one of those. But it helped. It really did. And another thing that helps is we got to get our mind. Our mind needs to get set. I know a lot of us think, no problem, I got this. I got this. I've had some people in business who joined me and said, I got this. I'm a businessman. I know how to do this. I talk to people all the time. I'm in sales. I can do this. I can do that. I said, you've got to follow the system. You really got to follow the system. This is completely different, completely different. I know you're a good speaker. I know this and that, but this is completely different. And by golly, after a couple of weeks, if they're on their own, all right, what do you need me to do? I said, you got to start reading some books. You got to get your mind going. Trust me, you guys, it was hard for me because I'm not a reader. I'm not. I'll read the paper or stupid stuff like that, but I don't even do that anymore. We don't even subscribe to the paper anymore. We don't do any of that. But now I read books every morning. I'll read a few chapters. Mr. Thomas always instilled in us, if you just read a little bit, if you just read a little bit. I did that. And then one of the conventions, Greg Cavazzano mentioned the wisdom. Oh my God, I recommend this, you guys. This brought me to tears. It is a very good book. But there's a lot of good books out there, you guys, and easy reading. And if you're not a reader, you can get it on audio so that you can hear it all the time. And that's another thing I do. I get audio so that, when I'm mopping the floor or doing something, I can listen to different stuff or just plug in my iPad and listen to the great leaders that we have out there. There's a lot of great leaders, Jim Rome, I love to listen to him, things like that. But you got to get your mindset right. Because if your mind is not there and you don't have a strong why, you will leave. You will quit. I mean, I'm going to just share a little story. When I first started, one of my dear, dear friends, neighbor down the street, just 2 houses down, she moved in when we moved in. She was a single mom, you guys, so we were very, very close. She had a daughter. I had a daughter. Hers was just 1 year older. She was a waitress, going from restaurant to restaurant, working nights and things like that. And I would tell her, I'll watch your daughter, no problem. After school, I'd pick up her daughter, bring her home with me, make them study, do all that. She was one of the first people I showed the business to, you guys, because I thought, no problem. She will do this with me. I know she will. She will do this with me. We are that close. And so I invited her over. I did my PBR and she was one of them. And she was like on top cloud 9. She loved the business. She said, oh gosh, this is great. I said, Sherry, this will bring you home. You can now stay home with your daughter. I'm not telling you to quit your restaurant business. Stay the course. I will help you. These lovely people will help you because I had the Guerrero, the Kings, all of them were here. We will, and she says, yeah. I go, just whatever you do, don't go and start calling people this way. So she goes home. By the next morning, she's calling me. She didn't want to have anything to do with this. I said, why? What happened? She goes, well, I talked to my brother, who is a businessman in San Francisco. And he says, this is just one of those things. I go, Sherry, we've been in business for 25 years. How could it be one of those things? You're using the services that we're offering right now. How could it be one of those things? So she just didn't want to do it. And then Mr. King and Rose Guerrero and them said, you know what, Evelyn, that's okay. Don't sweat the small stuff. It bothered me, you guys. It really bothered me. It bothered me that I thought I was going to quit. And they had a long talk with me, Mr. King, Angela and Rose Guerrero, and they said, you know what, Evelyn, that should inspire you to work harder. I said, you know what, you're right. I am going to show her that this works. This was over like 6-7 years ago, you guys. And she doesn't live there anymore. She had to move. She couldn't afford it. She lives in a small apartment. Her daughter is now grown, getting married. And every once in a while when she sees me, she asked me, are you still doing that thing? I go, absolutely. Why wouldn't I? I go, you saw my new car. Hey, cash. And she just goes, oh. And it wasn't like I was trying to brag. I just wanted to show to her, this works. This really does. And she was like, well, if you ever need any help, give me a call. And she always used to tell me that, you guys. So I said, okay, I'm going to take you up on that. Because she knows a lot of people. Being in the restaurant business, she has got, knows a lot of people. So I called her one day and I asked her, I says, look, I'm going to be having this big, Zoom thing going on. And I want to know if I can invite some of your friends. Oh, no, you can't do that. And it was just shocking to me because she offered. But you know what, you guys, if I was not strong in my mind, I would have let that bother me. But it didn't bother me anymore. It didn't. It just showed me I'm just going to have to move away. Now, are we still friends? Absolutely. But I don't make it a point to call her all the time. I don't call her at all. If she wants to talk to me, she can call me. You know what I'm saying? And that's okay. And I will talk to her. I will talk to her and say, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. But she knows that she missed out on a good thing. And I know she was thinking, her and her family were thinking, she's not going to succeed. She's not going to get very far. You guys, I'm not an SVP like Mr. Thomas. I'm not a RVP, but that doesn't mean I can't be. And you know what? Moving the way I am, I can be. I can do whatever I want. The sky's the limit. I talked to Mr. Thomas yesterday. I told him I may not be on the 9 o'clock call because I'm going to be working. I'm trying to get these customers, and it was at 8:30. Guess what? It took all the way to 9:30, 10 o'clock, but I got those 2 customers. And it wasn't because I couldn't get them. It was talking to Vivian. Vivian has to go through the whole spiel, every little product. And it was good for me too, because I educated myself a little more. I had no idea they had new doorbell cameras and things like that. So it educated me too. And I'm always writing everything down, you guys. I'm always writing it down. Whatever they say, even ID Seal, if they're saying something, I'm writing it down because I want to be the expert on that product. Now, I know I'm always going to call Vivian, but when I'm asking somebody to be my customer and they ask me, well, what's the difference between ADT? I want to be able to tell them what the difference is, or I have a lot of people that say about rain. I go, you know what? You know how you like to go out of town a lot? You're always at the beach, you're always at the coast, or you're in, some other state. What if somebody's breaking into your house? Well, I have it'll ring me. Right. But who are you going to call? You're the one that has to call. Are you going to call 911? Well, why wouldn't I? Okay, but you're not home. Your 911 is going to be wherever you're at. If you're out of town, another state, your 911 is going to hit over there. It's not going to hit Fresno. So you got to think about things like that. You guys like going out of town a lot. And guess what? He's my customer. You got to educate yourselves, you guys. Educate. Now I'm going to tell you one other thing. When you get started, here's what I like. I kind of trained on this a while back when we were still doing our PBRs and our Saturday trainings and things like that. Fab Five. I love this. Why? Because when you get started, it's kind of overwhelming. Some people get all like, oh my God, I have to make a huge list of 100 people. Right, make that list. But here's what we're gonna do right now. Who are your 5 top people that have your back? If you have a flat tire, if you need to borrow some money, if something happens, who would you call? Because guess what? In this business, we get to choose who we want to work with. And that's what I love about this. You don't have to have the deadbeat guy that I had in my unit that I had to keep nudging. You got to do your work. I don't know how much longer I'm going to keep you because you're not up to par. And it's not fair somebody getting paid the same wage you are when they're not doing their work. So in this business, we have that opportunity. If you do more than the other person, guess what? You're going to show it. You're going to move faster. And I love the idea that the computer is the one who congratulates us and tells us this is what we're doing. You are promoted. The computer tells us that. I love that. So we don't have to cater and kiss people, you know, and this and that, the computer. Just do your job, you guys. Just do your work. Do what you said you were going to do. So I always instill the Fab Five. The Fab Five are, like I said, your 5 best people. So that girl, my neighbor, was one of them, okay? She didn't do it. No sweat. Like I said, they said, just keep going, Evelyn. Don't let it bother you. I said, okay, I am. Pick the first people that are going to be on your top level and tell them why. You know what? I thought of you because just like you and me, we've always said, we wish we could do this. We wish we could open a business. We wish we did this, you know. What's stopping us? Let's do this together. Let's do this together. Together, each achieves more. And I really love that saying. It really does. Because doing this by yourself, you can do it, but it'll take a lot longer. But doing it as a team effort, my God, you guys. And then with your best people, whether it be a family member, your best friend, a sister, a boyfriend, a spouse. Guess what? My husband was on there, just like Miss Driscoll. He didn't know what was happening. By the time I came home, I had 2 positions, me and him. So it is what it is. And guess what? He's making money. Well, it's all going to my account, but you know, his business is making money too, you know. So that's helpful. We got like 4 different accounts here, and we have to because of his type of work, my type of work, and so on, you know. But anyway, yeah. And get those 5 fab. And then after that, you guys, your leader should tell you, okay, let's go through your list. I love to tell people, if you know any business people, put them on one side. Put any people that love charities on another side. Put people that just like to help people on a side. Put people that need this, that have more than 1 job, 2 or 3 jobs on another side, and go from there. If you have, I mean, if you don't have an upline or a leader, you guys reach out to people. Mr. Thomas knows, and the Kings know. I help anybody. If I can help you, I will. If I have people, I've met people from ACN, from Florida, from Texas, from all over, just going to the internationals. And I've stayed in touch with them. And I keep telling them, if you need my help, call me, text me, I'll help you. Just let me know what you need and I will help you. I even send her peaks that I make, little cards that I make, peaks, flyers that I make. I send them to her through email. Use these. Oh my God, thank you so much, Evelyn. She goes, I've never met anybody like you. You guys, we can all be that way. We can all be that way because this business brings the best qualities out of you. You will know. And if somebody quits on you, that was their quality. They're quitters. They're quitters. They've never stuck to anything probably their entire life. So work with the people like Mr. Thomas says that want this, that need this, and show them how it works. Now, I don't know, are we out of time? Mr. Thomas, do you want to say anything or bring up anything?
You know, can we show Miss Evelyn Phipps some love out there? Man, did she give us a great eye-opener. You know what I love about having you when you present? You talk from your heart, you put yourself on the line, show, hey, what I did do, what I didn't do. So a lot of people are not willing to expose what doesn't work, or they're always talking down, but you just get right there with people and say, let me show what I did. Hey, we didn't have a lot, let me show what I did. And that is what is so attractive to you and why people are getting a lot out of this, because you're telling them what you've done and you're talking about you and how to build a business and your why. So I really want to thank you once again for that. I'd also like to thank Rose Guerrero, Chris King, also Miss Angela Guerrero for just being a great leader to you, to sit there and talk with you, to talk you through that. Notice what she said, they talked her through it. And in other words, that was her defining moment when that happened. You heard of my defining moment when I drove down to Stockton from Sacramento. We all have defining moments that touches us to make us stick in the business. So I like to thank you for that. And as well as Vivid, I tell you what, September the 9th, mark your calendars. September the 9th, we got Anthony Miles again coming on from Vivid. That's a Wednesday, so mark your schedule. And I also like to thank you. You said something else that's pretty powerful. We think so small. By barely get one account, you have 4 accounts. That's 4 times, that's 4 checks. I mean, think about that. Think about that, folks. Why not bring your husband or wife or significant other in the business? Get more money coming through the door. You heard what she said. Now her income took over everything. And enough to put her daughter in college and take care of that, and then some. And wow, you just said a lot. You just said so much that I hope everybody got it. Go back to Destiny International, to the channel, and re-listen to this over and over and over and over again. She's
Can I
just
just say one more thing?
Yes, ma'am. Please do.
You know, I'm sure we all have great leaders and things, but in the Fresno market, we are like family. We really are. We are like family. Because like I said, I was thinking of quitting because of my friend, okay? But I kept going. And I'm going to be honest with you, as I reached my goal, my first goal, and I thought, okay, I just wanted to make $200 extra. When it went to 500, I said, wow, okay, I'm good. I don't really need to do this anymore. Well, then again, Mr. King, the Guerrero sisters talked to me and they go, Evelyn, do you know how empowering that is? That other people need to see this, need to know this? And I thought about it and I go, you're right. And Mr. Thomas had been telling me that for a long time. You know, Evelyn, you need to step it up. I see, you know, you're bringing in people, you're going and helping people. Why aren't you getting up in those positions? And I said, well, you know, I'm good. I'm still making the money. I don't need to be in that position. No. We need to be in that position, you guys, because once it happened, it opened Pandora's box. People that weren't really doing anything said, wow, I'm going to move up. She did it. I'm going to do it. You know, they're now doing things. People that had been in the business for a long time that couldn't even get past 20 points are now moving the points. So you guys, you really got it. We've got an amazing, amazing business here. And right now, like I said, I was scared too when this pandemic and we closed up because I thought, wait a minute, I'm at Starbucks. How am I going to do this? I'm still at the stores. I'm still at Costco. You know, when we had to stand in those long lines, I would get numbers from people because they're out of work. They're not working. Even teachers, they're not working. So I would get numbers. And it's just a numbers thing, guys. If they don't want to do this, fine. Get them as a customer. I do that a lot. I go, let me show you how this works. Let me show you how easy this business is. You know, you say you hate PG&E. Let's put it to the test. Let's get a Zoom energy. You hate PG&E so much. Let's do it to the test. Here's another thing. Those in the Fresno area, I don't know if this is elsewhere. There's an app called Nextdoor Neighbor. I remember I told Luann and a couple of other people, get on it. Get on it. Just this week, I had a lady complaining about identity theft. I text 3 people. They're responding to me. Your identity was, oh my God, I hate that. You know what? That happened to me. Get on those apps. They're from different areas where everybody lives. So, I mean, we're not going to hit each other's grounds, but get on it because people are always talking about getting ripped off and identity theft. That's a big, big thing right now. Natasha, I think you're on it too. So you know what, you guys? I mean, like I said, this is an amazing business. Let's not take it for granted. Let's not take it for granted. There's so much leadership out there. Go on,
Mr. Bree Clemens just put up that he got a lot of Vivid and also a home security customer, an ideal customer from that next door. You know, guys, this is why we have Miss Evelyn. She's just telling you like it is. You know, and I'm going to kind of open up a little talk about Pandora's box, but she was doing great at one point. And I asked Evelyn, now you're an ETL, get to RD, and your whole world changed. And not only that, here's what got her. I said, your whole team needs to see you as a regional director, because what happens to our team's belief level when they see you hit RD? Woof, through the roof. So I'm encouraging everyone out there, if you are not an RD, regional director, go to work and get it done and wrapped up in the next 90 days or sooner. If you're an RD, get RVP wrapped up. I know the Kings got a date on there.
Oh my God, that's so exciting.
Mr. Bree Clemens posted it. I talked to Mr. King the other day. I had no idea, but I think it's the end of next month was the post, wink, wink, to be an RVP. You know, if you've been an RD for a while, folks, isn't it about time you change that to RVP? And guess what's going to happen to your team when you do that? Watch your income go woof, through the roof. So please make a date, go to work, and make it real. Miss Evelyn, you have a few words, Miss Phipps, in closing? Any words in closing, dear?
I just want to say we've got the tools, you guys. Mr. Thomas brings out the best of the best. Jocelyn on a Monday, who hates Mondays? I'm not working, but I'm only doing this. But just to listen to her, it's like, it's a spiritual thing for me. She's always, she knows, it's like she's talking to me. She knows what to tell me. And then we got all the other great leaders, Mr. Julian Lewis, that gentleman from Chicago, OMG. He was awesome. I mean, he brings the best of the best. Byron Nelson, Dean Torelli. I love Dean Torelli. Love, love, love. So you guys, we have no excuses. No excuses. Especially because I love how it's in Zoom. A lot of us before couldn't afford to go places. We're seeing them right in front of us. That's what I love about Zoom. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this, but Zoom has brought the best out of me. It really has.
Yeah. That's why I don't think I'll ever travel again. I can do everything from Zoom. Like I said, week before last, I was in 3 countries and 5 states in the United States, all in the same day, and I was home for dinner, and I never left my house. That's the power of Zoom.
That's
Folks,
awesome.
thank you so much. Can we show her some love? Let's show her some love, everybody. Let's show her some love. Let's show her some love.
Somebody can
Wow,
benefit.
wow, wow. Hey, I love you being so authentic. And Jolyn Driscoll said, you're so authentic. We love you, dear. You're just amazing leaders. I also like to think the Carters out there in Fresno doing a fantastic job with their meetings. Guys, listen. Ladies, listen. Just get out there and do what you got to do. Go build it. Today is a new day. Today is, let's see what you're going to do in the next 24 hours. Remember, are you clocking your time? Tomorrow morning, we'll be back with the great Mr. Dean Torelli for Throwback Thursday. And Mr. Nelson will be us on Friday, and we have happy hour on Friday night. But tonight, Miss, we're going to post it, I think. Miss Ismail is doing her 1 through 10. Oh, wait. Whoa, what got there? Newly promoted. Oh, okay. That was a prelude. That was a prelude. Oh, my goodness. I love it. Can we, and don't forget. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to put that out publicly so that we are already prepared and ready.
Show that one more time, sir, and then show Miss Ismail's post for the night.
You can do it, Chris. You guys are almost.
No, we're not
there.
killing you, sir. It's time. It's about that time.
Oh my
Congratulations, newly promoted Regional Vice President Chris and Rose King.
I'm gonna start crying.
You know what? Sometimes we all need pushing. Some of you, if you've been in the same position so long, you need to be pushed. Otherwise, think about it. Your group is, let me be quiet. Thank you so much. Can we show the number for Miss Ismail tonight for her presentation? Yes, hey, Mr. Ed Navarro, we got to talk after this, and Mr. King and Mr. Brian. So here again, let's work as much as we can and make a date for yourself and go to work and make it real. Don't just make it another date. Just go to work and make it real. There's nothing stopping you but you. And tonight, Miss Ismail's number on, I should have wrote it down here, but I was writing something else down. Here we go. Her number for the night, Wednesday nights, 1 through 10. And here's the number popping up. Here's her flyer for tonight. There it is. 89752. Mr. Harris. 89752131877 at 6 o'clock p.m. Pacific Coast time. So with that, we want to thank everybody. We'll be back tomorrow morning with Mr. Dean Torelli with Throwback Thursday. Can't wait. And then tomorrow night, we're doing another 1 through 10 on this number with the Kings, newly promoted, soon to be newly promoted regional vice president. We'll be doing it tomorrow night. And I can't wait. God bless y'all. Can we show Miss Evelyn one more time? What a wonderful Miss Evelyn. Thank you. You are amazing. I love the heartfelt conversation today. God bless everybody. Be safe. Thank you so much for the call. Bye-bye.